Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Friday. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful day today. This is Gigi walking 1K with Gigi, and we made it to Friday. Oh my goodness. This is the day that the Lord has made. Oh my gosh, we're rejoicing. Why I keep saying it? Because it's a nice breeze this morning. Got out here a little bit earlier because I wanted to beat the heat because they said we're going to get to 87 today. So I wanted to beat the heat. I got some other things to do and running around. But I had to get up here today because, oh my gosh, we made it to another week. We're in the beginning of May, a brand new month. And you know, on Fridays, I like to share my praise nugget. You know, I'm just so encouraged, and I'm just so grateful how this um, walking 1K with Gigi is helping you and inspiring you and encouraging you. And yesterday, Pastor and I shared the devotional that really was for today. And I wasn't looking at it, and I saw the stuff about salt and everything, and it wasn't yesterday's devotional in the Daily Bread. And so one of our um, listeners that's always watching, my friend Lynn, sent me a message and said, you didn't cover the Daily Bread devotional that was for yesterday. And I said, oh my goodness, I just made a mistake. And I looked back, and at first I said, okay, I'll just be more careful next time. But when Lynn said how much this helped her, I said, well, let me go back and look at that devotional that was for actually yesterday, Thursday, May the 1st. I said, oh my goodness, somebody needs this. Not only does Lynn need this, but I think it's some other people that need to hear and have me expound on this devotional. So I went back, and this is what I'm going to share this morning because my gym nugget, I'm going to say my joy, my praise nugget today is a small voice is saying joy. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lynn. A small voice is saying joy. You know, yesterday's devotional, the title was Listening for God's Voice. And it was telling about the story about Elijah. Elijah was a prophet, and he was a very effective prophet. You know, he had been given the power to perform a display of power in front of Baal's prophets and so forth, but he was being chased by that evil woman, Jezebel. And despite his victory with the prophets, he became afraid and depressed because Jezebel said, because of what you did to my prophets, by this time tomorrow, you're gonna be dead, you know. And and Elijah ran. Elijah ran. He was afraid because Jezebel said, by this time tomorrow, you out. But when he ran out into this desert place, and the story is shared in 1 Kings 19, 8 through 14. And it says, well, Elijah got up and ate and drank, and then strengthened by the food, he traveled. And then when he came to this certain place, he had told the Lord, he said, I've been zealous for you. The Israelites have rejected you and all of this stuff and put your prophets to death. And I'm the only one that's left. And now they're trying to kill me too. And then the Lord said, go out there and stand on the mountain. And this is what happened. There was a series of powerful things. And Elijah was trying to hear what God was saying. First, it says that there was a great and powerful wind that tore the mountains apart and shattered the rocks. But it said, but the Lord was not in the wind. And then after the wind, there was an earthquake. But again, the Lord was not in the earthquake. And then after the fire, so the Lord was not even in the fire. But after that, there was a still small voice, a still small voice. Let me read it exactly the way it says. After the wind, there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake came a fire, he was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper. That's when Elijah heard it. And it says he pulled his cloak over his face and went out and stood at the mouth of the cave. And that's when he could hear God's voice. And you know, the devotional went on to say, you know, we're in a period of a lot of noise. There's so much noise. But because of that, God can still speak in a quiet voice. He can speak through the scriptures, and he speaks through the spirit. See, we have to take time to focus our attention on God, even in the midst of all this noise that's going on, all this confusion, all of this chaos. And you know, the Lord just said, let them know a small voice is saying, especially in this day and time, joy. Why do I say that? You know, Psalm 30 and 5 says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And sometimes, because of all the chaos and all the turmoil and all the tragedy and all the conflict, we cannot hear him tell us and encourage us and let us know that joy is coming. See, I'm going to tell you, we know that he is a man that does not lie. And when he says that joy is coming in the morning, it's coming. It's coming. Now, your weeping may endure for a night. We don't know how long your night, quote, night will be, but we know that joy is coming in the morning. You know, in the past days, in the past weeks, in the past months, and even in the past few years, people that we know have died and gone on to be with the Lord. I mean, just this past week, Pastor went to a homegoing on Saturday. I went to a homegoing last week. But the word keeps coming through. It says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy, he's saying it to us in a still voice. Joy is still coming in the morning. In the last few days, the last few weeks, the last few months, the last few years, people have even lost jobs. But I still heard that small voice. Joy is coming in the morning. People have gotten sick. Oh my gosh, almost to the point of death. But joy still comes in the morning. There's even been those that have found themselves or their family members on the opposite side or the wrong side of the law. But I'm still saying in a small voice, joy. Joy is coming in the morning. See, the enemy don't want you to have that hope. He wants you to see things that are hopeless because of all the noise and all the chaos that's going on. But he's saying in a small, still voice, joy is coming in the morning. You know, another reason that I love taking these walks is that I can focus on hearing what God is saying in a still small way through his word as I meditate on his word, as I pray, as I walk sometimes. And he comes in a still small voice. But the main thing I want to, he comes, he tells us many things in a still small voice. But the Lord said, emphasize this today in a still small voice. He is still telling us that joy is coming in the morning. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. All that we're going to have the victory and we're going to have joy. Because see, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy even your joy. But I'm telling you, in a small voice this morning, joy. Joy is coming, y'all. Joy is coming. Joy is coming. Oh my goodness. I think this helps somebody more than Lynn. It helped more people than Lynn. But thank you, Lynn, for bringing that to my attention because we really needed to hear that because sometimes we just need to focus in on what God is saying. And the enemy is going to come up with all this chaos, all this distraction, all of this noise. And so we need to focus in on the still small voice. Oh my goodness. All right. I hope y'all have a great weekend this weekend. This coming Sunday, first Sunday in May. And of course, we celebrate communion. So join us for worship at Grace and Twine Ministries, where my husband is the founder and pastor, Pastor James E. Gilmore Sr. Communion Sunday this Sunday. As often as we do it in remembrance of him. Tomorrow is Saturday, so it's time for How Would Jesus Invest? You know, since I've been growing my plants and everything, I've just been so, the Lord is just leading me in talking more about sowing and reaping. And, you know, the Lord just recently gave me a new acronym for debts, DEBTS. Somebody said doing everything but tithing, but the Lord gave me a different spin on it. DEBTS, doing everything but the sowing. And I'm going to go over 7 rules of sowing and reaping, 7 laws, even 7 promises from sowing and reaping. So tune in with me tomorrow for How Would Jesus Invest at 10 a.m. on Facebook Live and the Jim Nugget channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the Jim Nugget channel if you have not. We're fast approaching 49,000 subscribers. That Pastor has said by next week, we hope to have 50,000 subscribers. And we thank you. I thank you because we know that we're helping somebody each morning, Monday through Friday. We're helping people on Tuesdays with the weekly Sunday school lesson, church school out. We're helping people on Thursday nights with life study. Pastor had a good one last night about how we need the older servants of God to be a guide to the younger servants of God. If you missed that, you need to tune into that life study because the whole thing about life study is Bible study, but we have to learn how to take that word and apply it to our everyday life. It was a clip that he showed about, it was a millennial, and she was talking about the need, we're missing the wisdom from the older Christians and older godly servants. So it was really good. You need to tune into that one because we still need their guidance. I miss my mom. We miss our grandparents, those that had that wisdom. We're missing a lot of that today. So that was good. Tune into that. So we're here to, as we say, first of all, going into all the world, teaching all nations, and also we're here to encourage and to inspire. And instruct. All right, all right. And also, I want to let you know, yesterday, I just want to let you know, you need to get your walking with one, walking with walking 1K with Gigi t-shirt. You know, I would love for you to get your shirt. It's nice and cool, just fine for this weather. And you know, if you get your shirt, I would love for you to take a selfie of yourself in your shirt, walking, walking with me. I don't care where you are. Oh my goodness, that would be exciting. And the only way you can get that, and they come in soft pink. I had my soft pink one on yesterday. It also comes in white. And the only place you can get it is the store, GG1K store. Dot Etsy, you know that company, Etsy, ETSY.com. Comes in all sizes. Just order your size, order your favorite color, and I would love to see y'all with y'all shirts on. Take your selfie, y'all, and it's a nice shirt, nice cool shirt that you can take your walk with me or anytime. Oh my, okay. So get your walking 1K with GG shirt. It's just got a picture of some purple walking sneakers. All right, because purple is my favorite color, and that's our church colors too. But anyway, get your walking 1K with GG t-shirt. Oh my goodness, I had it on yesterday. I've been advertising it through our reels and so forth online. So get yours today. Get yours today. And I would love you to take that selfie, y'all, once you get your shirt. But have a great weekend. It's going to be a hot one today. It's going to be a hot one today. But don't forget, a small voice is saying joy. I don't care how noisy it's been. I don't care how chaotic it's been. I don't even care how tragic that it's been. Joy, joy is coming in the morning. Y'all be blessed. Have a great weekend. Stay cool.